Hi, welcome to Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. I'm Gabriella Espinosa, creator of the Pure Soul Alchemy healing modality. I help people who are at a crossroads in life and ready for a new direction, but may be feeling stuck or like there is no way out of the challenging situations which they are facing. I assist them by shifting their energetic grid so that they can make quantum leaps with ease and simplicity. I'll be taking us through a soul realignment process for the next 30 minutes. This show is a healing session on opening to gratitude. Gratitude is the awareness which allows us to experience and fully receive life's bounty. Often we get stuck or trapped in our mundane routines and suffer the inability to connect to gratitude. Pure Soul Alchemy is a transmission of channeled healing technologies which restructure your creative source grid. It's a channeled energetic field where transformative operations and procedures are enacted for you while you comfortably relax. Through my perception and vocalization of the inner energetic grid, we are opened in ways which allow these technologies to come into our physical reality and enact change on our behalf. Be sure to be in a place where you can lay down and relax deeply to receive the session. To learn about scheduling your own Pure Soul Alchemy session, go to www.puresoulalchemy.com. It's quite helpful to go back and listen again repeatedly to deepen the effects of the session and take the healing further. Now, take some deep breaths and bring into your awareness and into your heart an area in your life where you feel blocked in your connection to gratitude. This could be a negative belief, thought, or person in your life. It could be a cycle of negative thoughts, beliefs, or behaviors that bring you down and take you out of feeling gratitude in each moment and in your relationships. You may write it in chat right now, or you may just hold it in your heartfelt awareness while you listen in. It will get addressed. Plus, you will receive healing on whatever everyone else who is listening in is working on too. I will establish links with our higher selves and our guides. I'll listen to all of us and then report my impressions of what I hear to the best of my ability. Through this reporting, your system and I interpret the information and align our conscious volition to proceed with the recommendations of our guides. Our unified front empowers, strengthens, and amplifies the energetic operations as they are taking place. My energy system orients itself, with the support of my guides, to serve as a proxy for the operations on your behalf, so that you may receive the realignment in more comfort and ease. If you don't find yourself understanding some or any of the words I'm speaking, or even find yourself falling asleep, don't worry. What is most important and of most benefit is that you relax as deeply as possible to receive the energy transmission of the operations, rather than trying to stay alert and focused on the wordings or ascribing any real-time meanings to them. I will read some of our healing intentions which were submitted to me right now. So one person would like an opening to greater gratitude. I'd like to feel more. Another person wrote in, sometimes I feel that I've been unfairly at the mercy of the universe's whims, and that many of my challenges have been too hard, undeserved, and that there is no respite in sight. I want to be healed of this notion so that I can open to gratitude and align myself to Source and its blessings. Another one wrote in, I am ready to release anything that is blocking me from being grateful, that is subsequently blocking my creativity, blocking me from attracting my divine right love mate, and from attracting new patients and being successful and financially prosperous. Another person's intention, I very often find myself in resentfulness, annoyance, suspiciousness, paranoia, disconnected from the moment, from life, for myself and others. I want to live from gratitude rather than this. another person's intention, I am embodying full spirited gratitude, realizing that this life is generous, nourishing, and precious beyond words, and I savor every moment of this sweetness. Another of our intentions, being told to say thank you as a child. The feeling of gratitude is muddled with the idea that you must say thank you or you are bad and ungrateful. So I'm going to go ahead and do our invocation. We start by calling forth all of the Ascended Masters, all of the Archangels, we're also welcoming and invoking the healing, supportive energies of the new moon, which is today, and the partial solar eclipse, and, of course, of the day of thanks and gratitude that we are in today. Establishing a heart link with the great I Am presence, with Divine Mother, Father, God, Creator, Great Spirit, Source. We're establishing a heart link with the soul star above our head, the incarnational star in the abdominal region, and the earth star below our feet, flowing the microcosmic orbit through and around all of these centers, including our heart center. And we are breathing in and infusing the higher conscious energy dynamic of gratitude. As we align with these higher benevolent beings who are here to not only model, but assist us in downloading these higher frequencies of gratitude into our systems. Great. We are creating a wave of love and sending it to the heart of Mother Earth from our hearts and receiving that same love wave right back from her. Connecting into the nature and fairy and Davic spirits, the animal, plant, mineral kingdoms, and all of our higher levels of consciousness and higher councils, all the way to Divine Source. So we're going to begin with doing a little bit of a motion code release, and we're going to utilize Gabriella's governing meridian, utilizing magnet therapy to draw out any trapped emotion that any of us have been carrying. And the first one coming up is unworthiness. So we're going to do a release on the trapped emotion of feeling unworthy. And I'm also hearing that we are releasing this generationally as well for our ancestors. Okay, another trapped emotion we're going to release now is confusion. Releasing confusion. Great, and while this is releasing, I'm noticing that we're doing some left brain remediation and integration. Clearing out shock, from this left brain aspect, Great. And we're also opening up to a higher sense of self-worth. Releasing configurations of despair and depression, which all go along. They're kind of like riders with the unworthiness. Yes, so life may be, is bestowing us with gifts beyond our ability to conceptualize because of this unworthiness. So we're doing some remediation there, pulling unworthiness, restructuring the left brain, and bringing it into consistency with full-on 100% worthiness, the ability to conceptualize and conceive of, allow, acknowledge, and receive these gifts from Spirit, Universe, Life, God, and ourselves, and each other. Right, so we're just going to sit with this for a little bit because there's quite a bit moving. And while we're working on this, I just want to give a little bit of information that I use my breath to move energy within and around all of us. And so just want to let you know that I'm okay, even though I'm breathing heavy. All right, so another piece, we're going to bring in another process, some IEP work, and we are invoking Archangel Uriel and his team of angels, benevolent beings, to come forth and palpate the throat and lung points around the 5th chakra. And what we are bringing in and infusing, imprinting, is spiritual prowess. And the activation, the acknowledgement, and the embodiment of our spiritual prowess. Being pleased with ourselves as full, spiritually capable beings. And as we are infusing and installing this spiritual prowess, we are releasing at the same time shame from these regions. Throat, lungs, 5th chakra. Because this shame gets laid in from just by being in this earth plane. There's just so much shaming that goes on. So we're releasing trapped shame. And there's another piece to this, guilting or having been guilted into appeasement. So we're releasing that as well so that we may be controlled. And of course, this is, again, this is just by being in the world that we're living in. There are so many control mechanisms in place that are not in alignment with our highest good. And right now we are conducting some processes, some liberation processes, releasing the shame. Feelings of being ashamed and or unsure of ourselves, low self-esteem, low self-confidence. So we're dismantling these pieces as we speak. Feelings of having swallowed our self-expression, having our expression of self be ignored, or being made wrong for expressing ourselves. One thing that comes to mind is how a lot of us who are on our spiritual path, on our soul evolution, how we are very careful to avoid expressing the fullness, the full scope of our being for fear of being in ego, egoic or prideful. And so we're going to do some releasing of that fear, holding oneself back because of that, because of the fear of that. And we're bringing in the reality, the life construct, where that's just not even an issue. Great. And so we're also bringing in the new possibility, the new frequencies of attracting new clients, patients, work situations, and being successful and financially prosperous. So we're just bringing in the vibration, the frequency of this new reality, and installing that into our nervous system, our heart, our mental body, our whole entire being. All right, another piece that wants to be worked on here is about safety. It's safety to receive. Safety to know ourselves. Safety to land in our alignment, our inner and higher alignment. And safety to trust that that is possible and a beneficial and most welcome new position. Okay, we want to do a little bit of work on our hopes and dreams. And this is a very different healing process for each of us. Okay, that's going, and another piece is coming up. Some remediation on startled indifference. So we're doing some remediation on startled indifference. So we're kind of been scared out of ourselves. Startled is more accurate. Out of our hopes and dreams. and deepening our allowance of life's calling, bringing in blessed interpretations of the new reality that's moving in for all of us. All right, so we're going to do a little bit more emotion code releasing. This trapped emotion is creative insecurity. So we're going to do some releasing of creative insecurity for all of us. Great. So while that, we're going to continue clearing on that. And what's coming up is how our ability to create, and many of us have heard this before, that creation is a co-creative endeavor where we partner with, align with Spirit in order to create together. And so there is action required on our part, which is inspired and guided. And so this part of that co-creative process is where I'm doing a little bit of clearing right now. That collaborative effort where we're called and inspired to take action or to communicate or to express something, which is a massive contribution. Great. So I want to clear minimizing that we do to ourselves in our collaborative, co-creative journey with Spirit. Great. So we are clearing on minimizing our contributions and or having been minimized, maybe when we were children, by older children, even by parents, teachers, wherever this may have occurred. Diminishment, withdrawal, Great, and there's another piece here, jealousy. I'm not quite sure how that fits in. Fortunately, if that's okay, I don't need to understand it for us to clear it. So we are clearing all of these aspects of our collaborative, co-creative process with Spirit. Great. Also, along with this is shocking belittlement, which may have occurred as children and or anywhere in our timeline. So while we are clearing out here, I'm going to read and install one of our intentions that was submitted today. I am embodying full spirited gratitude, realizing that this life is generous, nourishing, and precious beyond words, and I savor every moment of this sweetness. Great. So we're just doing some work on opening to embodying and activating this new paradigm for living in life. And another word that's coming up is surfacing. So bringing to the surface the gift of ourselves, allowing the gift of who we truly are to come up and surface, giving the gift of our full expression of our being to ourselves and to the world and to spirit. Great. So at this time, I'm going to do another massive grand scale infusion of the energy of gratitude, infusing our nervous system, our heart space, our emotional space, our psychological space, our entire being with this energy of gratitude, gratitude consciousness, the full embodiment of this blessed energy. So we're now bringing our session to a close. I'd like to thank you for joining us for Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. To learn more about Pure Soul Alchemy and scheduling your own one-on-one session, go to www.puresoulalchemy.com. Feel free to re-listen to this session repeatedly. This will deepen the effects of this session and take the healing further. This is Gabriella Espinosa. Have a wonderful day and a very happy Thanksgiving.